They're all putting their safety harnesses on. So this is our standing steel seam roof. It's the same roof that we have on our dining hall and on our pavilion. It's a 100-year roof, which means for hopefully 100 years we don't have to worry about it, which takes it beyond my time, so that's good news. But it's the same color and same materials as the other one, so hopefully that'll be put on, I think, here starting today. You can see the roofers are up there on the roof testing out their safety ropes and making sure everything's ready for that. What the old Oakerhater looked like. We tried to capture the archway that we had in the old Oakerhater in the design of the new one. Obviously it's a little bit bigger because we're 3 stories instead of 1, but we wanted to maintain some of the ambiance and the aesthetics of the old Oakerhater when we were building this new one. So. This end of the building of the 1632, 48 rooms, the 3 on this side of the building have the balconies or suites. So it's a bedroom and a living room, and they each have a balcony on the end of it. So there's only 3 of those in the whole facility. But we put those in for special guests or people who are here that need to have a meeting or work on presentations or things of that nature, so they would have a little extra space, and it was a little nicer than just a room with a bed on it and so forth. So the part there where that piece of wood is, that's a door that'll come out on top of the deck that'll extend out here where those posts are so you'd overlook the lake. Just the see where the 5 steel poles are sticking up, so it'll be that wide, and it'll come out from the building and end right there as well. If you remember the old Oakerhater, you walked in and there was that center living room kind of area that we had. There was a fireplace right here, but we obviously took that out. We wanted to maintain that gathering space as well. So we have the entryway here, which will be a gathering space, and then also the space off the back, which again, through those wood doors over there, goes out onto the deck on the back of the building and everything. So one of the things also we wanted to keep was if you remember, the beams in the inside of the old Oakerhater. So we've put in wood beams across the top of this space as well to reflect the wooden beams that we had in the previous Oakerhater. So as we're progressing along, each floor is progressing at a different rate. You can see on this floor, we have drywall up, the wall's been textured and painted, and they're beginning to put the tile down in the bedrooms, the guest rooms, and the shower pans are in for the showers and the rough in for the sink and so forth. So they're moving quite along. Here's the sinks for the bathrooms, and the shelf units for the closets will be going in shortly. So they're moving their way, each floor moving from south to north. Handicap accessible rooms. You can see the larger bathrooms so that a person in a wheelchair can make their way around. And then this is the bedroom side. There's only 3 handicap accessible rooms, and they're the only rooms that have an adjoining door to another room next door, which would have 2 queen beds. And the reason we do that is sometimes folks who are in wheelchairs, they have an attendant that comes along with them. We wanted to make sure that they were accessible, so we joined these 2 rooms so that anybody who's traveling together would be accessible to be able to help them along the way. Again, this is one of the suites we talked about earlier. This is the living room portion of it, and over here there'll be some cupboards with a sink, a microwave, and a very small refrigerator underneath the sink, as well as some shelves. And then this is the bedroom area of the suite. So in here, this is one of our utility rooms, but also we have our laundry chute in here. And so when the housekeeping's working on the various floors, instead of having to come up and down the elevator with all the dirty linen and stuff, they drop them into the chute. They take them out here and put them into bins, and then they'll be able to roll them out through this door and onto a ramp which goes over to the old garage behind the old Powell kitchen, which is being converted into an on-site laundry facility with commercial washers and dryers. So we'll be able to do our own linens on site instead of contracting out to folks in Oklahoma City. Third floor, and they've finished putting up the drywall and taping. They're mixing the wall covering, the mud, to be able to put the texture on the walls and start painting. If you look at this ladder, it goes up into the attic, which then has access to the roof. But in the attic, from the entire length of the attic, we've got built-in storage. Unfortunately, this window is covered up, but this is probably the best spot for a view in the entire building. So we anticipate we'll probably have a nice chair or two here where people can sit and relax, read a book, or just meditate, and have some quiet time and so forth. One of the things we didn't have in the old Oakerhater, because it was only one story, was an elevator. Now we have an elevator that goes up the 2 floors to the rooms, but also down to a basement, which we didn't have before, which we're going to be using is for conference rooms and storage. So we'll work our way down there. As you can see, this is a staging area at the moment for product and for materials and things of that nature, but this will be a conference room. It'll accommodate approximately 50 or 60 people in meeting space and so forth. It'll be oriented towards this front of the room with the lake view off to your left. And then back over in this corner will be an area where we have a coffee bar and things, so folks who are here don't have to go up the stairs and across the dining hall and things to get during their conferences to have refreshments. It'll just be water and coffee, things of that nature. So this is the Bishop Suite. Right next to the elevator, but if you come on in. This is the living room part of the suite, and again, it'll have a counter with a sink, a microwave, a coffee pot, and a refrigerator with some shelves. And then over on this side is the bedroom with the bathroom and closet. We originally had the plans were that the Bishop Suite would be just a regular room like others, and as the design progressed, we had this kind of dead space behind the elevator shaft, which really couldn't be used for anything because the elevator was blocking it. So we decided to take that dead space and make it into a small living room, and to put the Bishop Suite up here on the 3rd floor, looking out towards the camp and towards the lower lake of the property. So so this is where the bishop will hang out when they're on the property.